Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Hunt Showdown Early Access on the GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. For performance monitoring, this time I won't be using cam due to Easy Anti-Cheat, which is the anti-cheat software this game uses. So in the meantime, I'll be using MSI Afterburner. And if you want to support me, there are Humble and Amazon affiliate links down in the description. So Hunt Showdown Early Access, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 720p, using both a G4560 and a Ryzen 3 1200 with a 3.9 GHz overclock. If you want to skip to any of those particular sections of the video, check the description below. So well, first of all, I'll show you the G4560, and on that CPU I only tested 1080p low and 720p low to show you how much CPU this game uses. In this game in particular, the Ryzen 3 1200 makes a huge difference compared to the G4560. You'll see on 1080p low and 720p low many drops below 30 frames per second, and that seems to be very CPU related. You'll notice that the GPU usage sometimes can drop below 30% on 720p, but on the other hand, on the Ryzen 3 1200 I managed to stay over 40 frames per second much more often, and the frame times are way more consistent on the Ryzen 3, but that was to be expected. The G4560 is a dual core with hyperthreading, so you have 2 cores, 4 threads, and the Ryzen 3 processor is 4 cores, 4 threads, plus a high frequency. I didn't test 1080p medium or high on the same on 720p because it didn't make a difference with the G4560. It was still dropping below 30 frames per second with awful frame times, which made it very difficult to aim. So for this game I would recommend at least a quad-core CPU. And then when I switched to the Ryzen 3 1200 with a 3.9 GHz overclock, I tested 1080p, 900p and 720p with all the presets, low, medium and high. So first I'll show you low, then I switched to medium, then I switched to high. But so far for what I could see, low and medium usually stay over 30 frames per second on all these resolutions. But once you go to high settings, the CPU requirements are way higher and you get a lot more stutter. So I recommend avoiding high from now. Low and medium run very similar, but high is like a whole other level. Hopefully as early access goes on and the game gets more updates and all that kind of stuff, we'll be getting better performance, more options in the graphics settings. Remember, this is a CryEngine title from the people that made CryEngine, so they're using this engine at its maximum potential. The game looks gorgeous, but this won't be a perfect test. I won't be always in the same place, and since this is a multiplayer game, it also depends on what other players are doing, so there are many variables that are not under my control. So this should be an overall look, but it's not perfect testing because I cannot reproduce the same thing over and over. It will be in different parts of the map, plus we don't know what other players are doing at the same time. So yeah, low and medium run very similar, high runs way worse, and I recommend a quad-core CPU for this game. But remember, this game is on early access. It just entered early access from an alpha testing. I think it should have stayed a little bit more on alpha before jumping into early access, so I recommend you wait if you want to play this because it's very inconsistent. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video, thanks for watching and see you next time.